So remember that first one, unit rates, we set it up, money over apps. It was $10.93 for 8 apps, so how many for 1? If we go through and divide, so I get 1, make sure you bring that decimal up. 8 will go into 29 about 3 times, so that's 24. So about 6 times, and if we keep going, that number is gonna keep getting bigger. And so since we're talking about money, let's just go ahead and round it to be 1.37. So $1.37 for 1 app.
Wait, so do you have to round it up sometimes?
Okay, then on number 2, we're comparing meters to seconds. Because the farther we go, the longer it's gonna take. So what I know is that it's gonna be 15 seconds to travel 255 meters. So what I don't know is how far it's going to take to travel in 1 second. So same thing, we had to divide, cross multiply and divide. So 255 divided by 15. So it goes in there once. 105, 15, I'm hearing 17?
Yeah, 7. It's 17.
Good.
What?
17.
You're incorrect.
Double check. 15 times 7 would be 105, so that would go in there exactly right. So 17 meters in 1 second. Okay, so number 3 says choose the lower unit price. So the lower price per 1 ounce. Since Lucas has a choice when buying orange juice, he can choose a 12-ounce container for $3.50. or a 20-ounce container for $5.25. So think about what are the 2 things we're comparing. Money and ounces. So I'm going to put the money on top because that's always going to be changing depending on the size. On top of ounces. OZ is an abbreviation for ounce. So my first option is to pay $3.50 for 12 ounces. So I want to see what the price would be for 1 ounce. And my second option was to pay $5.25 for 20 ounces. So I want to see what the cost is for 1 ounce. Okay, so for both of these, we want to just divide. So cross multiply and divide. So 3.50 divided by 12 goes in there 2 times. So then 12 can go into 110. Nine times.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Sugar did most of my work. We did most of my work. She did it.
So 0.29. So 29 cents for the 20 ounce. So let's see what the cost per ounce is for or that was for the 12 ounce for the 20 ounce. So same thing, cross multiply and divide. 5.25 divided by 20. So 20 will go into 52 2 times. That gives us 40. And so 20 will go into 125. About 6 times. Okay, so for my 12-ounce container, it was 29 cents per ounce. For the 20 ounce, it's 26 per ounce. Which one has the lower unit rate?
20. So the 20 ounce.
The 20 ounce. The 20 ounce is cheaper because it's 26 cents for 20 ounces. Okay, on the bottom, on number 4, determine the constant rate of change from the data below. So when we're finding the constant rate of change, remember that's your change in Y over the change in X. Okay? So that's what we want to figure out. What's the change in Y on this table? So let's see what 12 minus 6 is. Because I'm seeing the change, I want to see the difference. So 12 minus 6. And my change in my X values. So 2 to 4. 4 minus 2. 2.
And then you divide that and it's 3.
And we can divide that. We can make it smaller. So it's 3 over 1 or just 3. A 100-meter dash. She ran a 100-meter dash in 12 seconds. If this is a constant of proportionality, then how long would it take her to run a 200-meter dash? So what are the two things that you're comparing? What words?
Seconds and meters.
Seconds and meters. So I'm going to compare the meters over seconds. Because the meters is what's depending on those seconds. And then what do we know?
100 meters in 12 seconds.
That she can go 100 meters in 12 seconds. Okay, and then the other half of our proportion is what we don't know. So what am I looking for?
How many seconds? The seconds.
Right, it said how long would it take her, so the seconds is what I don't know. So that's what's going to be X. And I want to see for the 200. So on these, what you could do, you can still do the cross, multiply, and divide. Or can you guys kind of easily see how many times 100 will go into 200? Yeah, how many times?
2,000.
2 or just 2. So times 2 on top, times 2 on the bottom. So 12 times 2 is what?
24.
24.
That's why I figured it out. Who's that right, Marie? I'm still confused.
Okay, then on number 6, sorry, Valentine spent 5 hours writing 3 pages in his paper. If this is a constant rate of proportionality, how long, so that's my X, would it take for him to write 21 pages? So what are the two things we're comparing? What words?
Hours and pages.
Hours and pages. Okay, so it's going to depend, the amount of pages he writes depends on how many hours it takes. Okay, so then what do I know?
That he read 3 pages in 5 hours.
Okay, that it's 3 pages every 5 hours. And then what am I looking for? What was the question asking?
How many hours it took for him to write 21 pages?
Good, yeah, how long? So that means I'm going to put an X down there where it says hours, and 21 pages is what I want to see. And so this is another one you can scale up on, but if that does not work for you, you can still cross multiply and divide. So say I multiply 21 times 5.
It's 35.
And then divide. Cross multiply and divide.
35.
Good. So I get 35. If you can see that you could scale that up, you can do that also. Like 3 can go into 21 7 times. So I would multiply by 7 and get 35 either way. Okay, so number 7, percent proportions. What percent? Okay, so remember on percent proportions, it's always a percent over 100 and is over of. Okay, that's your wording. So on number 7, it asks what percent, so that's what I don't know, of 70 is 14. So how can I set that proportion up?
14 over 70.
So 14 over 70 is 1/2 of it. And then if it's asking what percent,
X over 100.
that means X over 100. And then we can cross multiply,
That'd be 100.
divide.
1,400.
So 1,400 divided by 70.
Just split 1,400 in half. It's 20. No.
It's 20.
Wait, is it 20%?
20%, yeah, because it asks what percent, so 20%.
Oh, well, you got it wrong.
Okay, last one, number 8. What number, so that's what I'm asking for, is 30% of 150? So how can I set this proportion up, percent proportion?
30% over 150.
30% needs to go on top of what?
100.
100, because that's 1 whole percent. Anytime they give you a percent, it's over 100. And then what about the other half? What?
X over 150.
Good. X, because what is, we don't know, of, so out of 150. And we'll cross, multiply, and divide. So 150 times 30.
That's
4,500, 4,500, and then divided by 100.
That's 450.
And I can cancel those zeros out.
45.
So 45.
Okay.
Okay?